How to reprogram your dopamine to crave hard work. What if I told you? The reason you struggle with motivation has nothing to do with willpower, and everything to do with a chemical in your brain that has been silently hijacked? Think about this for a second. You've had moments in your life where you felt unstoppable, studying for hours, grinding at the gym, working on a project with laser focus. And then days where even getting out of bed felt impossible. What changed? Why does your drive appear and disappear like a switch you can't control? Here's the truth psychology rarely tells you. Your brain is addicted not to laziness, not to comfort, but to instant dopamine, the quick, cheap hits that demand nothing and numb everything. Every time you scroll, snack, binge, click, escape, your brain learns one thing. This is easy pleasure. I want more, and that's when the hijacking begins. Because dopamine was never designed to reward comfort, it was designed to reward effort. It was meant to make you chase, pursue, build, grow. But the world you live in today has flipped that entire system upside down. Your brain is firing dopamine for distractions, not for the life you want. And here's the part no one ever tells you. You can flip it back. You can rewire your brain to crave the grind, to get addicted to discipline, to feel pleasure from progress instead of escape. Imagine waking up and your first dopamine hit comes from working on your goals. Imagine your brain lighting up from the things that make you stronger, not weaker. It's possible. It's real. And today, I'll show you exactly how to take back control of your dopamine system and turn your mind into your greatest weapon. Before we talk about rewiring dopamine, let's step into a moment you've probably lived many times. You sit at your desk. Your goals are right in front of you. The exam you said you'd prepare for, the business idea you swore you'd start, the body you want, the future you dream about. You want to begin. You genuinely do, but something inside you hesitates, stalls, resists. So you pick up your phone. Just for a second, you say. One swipe turns into 10. One video becomes 30. And before you realize it, an hour has disappeared, and your motivation with it. You tell yourself a story. I'm just lazy. I'm not disciplined. Something's wrong with me. But what if none of that is true? What if the real reason you can't stay motivated isn't a personal flaw, but a biological trap? Psychology has been uncovering a hidden truth about dopamine. Not the cheap pop science version people throw around online, but the deeper, more uncomfortable reality. Your brain isn't designed to help you succeed. It's designed to help you survive. And in the world you live in today, a world of endless stimulation and instant gratification, your brain thinks survival means choosing the easiest, fastest, most effortless pleasure available. Not studying, not working, not building your future, but scrolling, escaping, numbing, feeling good now. And here's the twist. Your brain isn't the enemy. It's following the rules it thinks will protect you, but you're living in a world where those rules no longer work. That's why so many people feel unmotivated, unfocused, and disconnected from their own goals. Not because they're weak, but because their dopamine system is working against their intentions. The good news? Just as your brain can be trained into craving comfort, it can be trained out of it. You can teach your mind to feel pleasure from discipline, effort, and hard work, the same way it once felt pleasure from distractions. And throughout this video, we're going to uncover the psychology behind this, the science, the hidden mechanisms controlling your motivation, and finally, how to take that power back. By the end, you won't just understand how dopamine works. You'll understand how to make it work for you. Think of a person who wakes up determined to change their life. They plan their day with discipline and ambition, but by noon, they're endlessly scrolling, procrastinating, or chasing small bursts of pleasure. They end the day frustrated, wondering why motivation disappears so quickly. The truth is psychological. Dopamine is not a pleasure chemical. It's the desired chemical. It makes you chase what feels rewarding. And today's world gives your brain endless tiny rewards, notifications, videos, messages, shortcuts. These quick hits train your brain to want easy things, not meaningful ones. Meanwhile, real goals, studying, working out, building a skill, release dopamine slowly. Your brain, now conditioned for instant reward, avoids them. But here's the turning point. Dopamine is programmable. If you start delaying instant gratification and rewarding effort instead of shortcuts, your brain begins to crave hard work. Motivation stops being something you wait for, it becomes something you naturally create. Imagine this, you wake up with a plan. Today is the day you finally get your life together. You'll study, exercise, work, clean your room, whatever it is, you're determined. But somewhere between waking up and actually starting, something strange happens. You open your phone for just a minute, and suddenly an hour vanishes. You feel drained before you've even begun. The day slips through your fingers, and by night, you re-asking yourself the same painful question. Why can't I just do what I know I should do? This isn't laziness, it's not a weakness. It's not a lack of ambition. It's a psychological trap. Your brain has been quietly rewired, not by accident, but by repetition. Every time you choose something easy over something meaningful, your brain takes notes. Oh, this feels good. Let's want this more. It starts craving instant highs, the quick dopamine hits from videos, scrolling, snacks, or games. And slowly, without you realizing, your brain begins to avoid anything that requires effort. Not because it's hard, but because it doesn't give fast rewards. This is the build-up to the real problem. Your dopamine system, the system meant to push you toward achievement, has been hijacked by the cheapest forms of pleasure. And the question becomes, why does the brain prefer what destroys us over what grows us? And how do we take back control? That's where psychology reveals something most people never hear. Your brain can be trained to love hard work, just as easily as it learned to avoid it. This is where the real conflict begins, not with the world, not with your environment, but inside your own brain. Psychology reveals a surprising truth. Your brain isn't designed to make you successful. It's designed to make you comfortable. This is why it automatically gravitates toward anything easy, fast, or instantly rewarding. Your brain doesn't care if scrolling ruins your focus. It only cares that it feels good right now. And this is where the dopamine system turns against you. Each notification, each quick break, each small distraction becomes a microdose of dopamine. Over time, your brain builds a new rule. If it gives dopamine fast, it must be important. Hard work, on the other hand, offers delayed dopamine, the slow, steady kind that comes only after effort. Your brain sees this and says, why struggle when easier rewards exist? This creates a psychological war. One part of you dreams big, and the other part of you sabotages those dreams by chasing tiny bursts of pleasure. But here's the turning point. The moment psychology flips the story, dopamine doesn't care what you chase. It only follows patterns. If your brain can be trained to crave junk rewards, it can be trained to crave meaningful ones. This is the breakthrough most people never hear. Motivation isn't a personality trait. It's a chemical habit. And if habits can be created, they can also be rewired. The conflict isn't a curse. It's an opportunity, a doorway into a stronger, more disciplined version of yourself. Hard work can become your source of dopamine. Not just your responsibility, not just your duty, your reward. The brain has a powerful mechanism called dopamine association, meaning it begins to link dopamine to whatever you do repeatedly with emotion. If you consistently pair hard work with even small moments of satisfaction, finishing a page, completing a tiny task, showing up even when you're tired, the brain begins to shift. At first, discipline feels like pushing a boulder uphill, but suddenly, the hill gets less steep, the boulder gets lighter. And one day, without realizing it, you're not pushing the boulder, you're rolling with it. Psychology calls this effort-based dopamine, where your brain starts releasing dopamine during the work, not just after it. This is what athletes, creators, and high performers tap into. They aren't special, their dopamine is simply trained differently. The climax of this transformation is simple, but life-changing. The moment your brain realizes that hard work equals dopamine, you stop needing motivation. No more waiting for the right mood, no more guilt-driven productivity, no more battles with distraction. You start craving the process. You start pursuing the challenge. You start feeling alive when you're building something meaningful. And that's the secret people search their whole lives for. You don't rise to your goals, you rise to your dopamine. and dopamine rises to whatever you train it to love. Now that we've uncovered the hidden mechanics of dopamine, it's time to reflect on what this really means for your life. For years, you may have blamed yourself for feeling unmotivated. You may have thought, I'm lazy, undisciplined, or just not cut out for this. But now you see the truth, your brain wasn't broken. It was simply misprogrammed. Modern life, with its constant notifications, instant entertainment, and endless shortcuts, has hijacked the very system that was meant to fuel your ambition and make you thrive. The powerful revelation here is that dopamine isn't the enemy. It's your ally once you know how to guide it. Your brain has always been capable of motivation, focus, and relentless drive. The challenge is that it needs to be retrained. You need to teach your brain to associate pleasure with effort, satisfaction with progress, and reward with persistence. The practical implication is profound. Small, consistent actions now become addictive. Checking off a task, completing a workout, writing a page, these become mini doses of dopamine. Your brain starts craving the process, not just the result. Slowly, procrastination fades. Distractions lose their power. Hard work becomes pleasurable. You stop depending on external motivation because your internal drive has been reprogrammed. Emotionally, this changes everything. You no longer fight yourself. You no longer feel guilt or frustration for failing to feel motivated. Motivation stops being a waiting game. It becomes a natural, automatic state. And with each small win, confidence grows and the cycle feeds itself. Your life shifts from reactive survival to proactive creation. Ultimately, the lesson is clear. Motivation is not magic. It is a biological habit that can be shaped. The dopamine system, once a hidden saboteur, becomes the engine of your success. By learning how to train it properly, you can transform effort into joy, discipline into craving, and hard work into something you actually look forward to. And once you understand this, everything changes. Your brain stops holding you back and starts pushing you forward toward your goals, your growth, and the life you've always wanted. So here's the final truth. You are not lazy. You are not broken. Your brain has simply been trained to seek the wrong rewards, but the good news is, it can be retrained. Dopamine, the chemical that once held you back, can become your greatest ally. It can make you crave the grind, enjoy the effort, and feel satisfaction in every step toward your goals. Imagine waking up and feeling excitement, not dread, about your work. Imagine your brain lighting up with every page written, every weight lifted, every skill practiced. That is not a dream. It is a result of understanding, guiding, and rewiring your dopamine system. Now it's your turn. Start small. Reward effort over shortcuts. Celebrate progress. And watch as your brain begins to crave what used to feel hard. If you found this video eye-opening, hit subscribe and explore more psychological secrets that can transform how you think, act, and achieve. Your mind holds the key, and once you unlock it, you'll never chase motivation again. You'll generate it. Remember, dopamine can either enslave you or empower you. The choice is yours.